Hello and welcome to Online Yoga and Wellness with Kate Astle from Raw Impact. Today we're going to be going through a 45-minute Hatha flow. To start today, we are going to be on our mats with our legs crossed, sitting up with our shoulders back, hands resting on the knees. You can roll the shoulders a couple of times, move them back and forth just to get settled. If you have tight knees or tight hips, you can sit on a pillow just to prop yourself up a little bit, just so it's easier to sit with the legs folded. If you are quite flexible, you can sit with one leg on top of the other leg, or you can sit in lotus, which is where you tuck the bottom leg on top again. So just sitting nice and straight, lengthening through the spine, shoulder blades down the back. Rolling the shoulders, taking in a few deep breaths. So breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Just feeling the body as you sit on the mat. Becoming aware of your thoughts. Becoming aware if anything's on your mind. And then drawing that awareness to the body. Noticing the knees, the ankles, the hips, the spine, the shoulders, the neck. Just paying attention, starting to connect the mind to the body. Noticing if you can feel any tension. Noticing the body's points of contact with the mat or with the floor. Noticing the rhythm of your breath. Noticing if anywhere on the body feels heavy. Drawing your awareness to the moment. Noticing the sounds. Noticing what you can smell. Noticing light and color. Noticing if you can feel your heart beating in your chest. Taking your hands from your knees, placing them on your chest and on your belly. Still keeping the rhythm of your own breath and just noticing the expansion and contraction. Feeling the space the air creates when you breathe in. Feeling the weight of the chest as you exhale and breathe out. For the next few moments, we are going to be doing a box breath. We're going to be breathing in for a count of 4, holding for a count of 4, breathing out for a count of 4, and holding for a count of 4. So taking in your last breath and exhale, ready for my count to breathe in. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, holding, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathing in, Breathing in, hold, breathing out, hold, breathing in, hold, breathing out, hold, breathing in, hold, breathing out, hold, breathing in, hold, breathing out, hold. And then allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm. You can keep your hands on your chest and belly or place them on your knees. Taking a moment to reflect with the breath, noticing where your attention was, what you were thinking about. Noticing your shoulders, starting to give them little circles. And then back in the opposite direction. And back to center. Inhale the shoulders up to the ears and allow them to drop up to the ears and drop. One more time. Just noticing the tension in the neck, allowing the chin to drop to the chest, staying straight through the spine, allowing the head to roll to the left, taking the left ear to the left shoulder, roll back to center and to the right, starting to become aware of the neck, rolling the chin back to center and to the left, noticing the tension in the upper back, chin to chest and to the right. Chin to the chest and to the left. Keeping the shoulders down, stretching through that side of the neck. Chin to chest and right ear to right shoulder. Chin back to the chest and inhaling the head up to center. Rolling the shoulder blades up, down the back, taking the chin up to the ceiling, opening through the throat. Dropping the chin to the chest. Inhaling the chin up to the ceiling. And down to the chest. Inhaling up to the ceiling. And down to the chest. And back up to center. Inhale the hands out nice and wide, opening through the chest. Taking a breath in, palms facing the ceiling. I am open to receiving. I am calm. I am mindful. crossing the arms in front, taking the right elbow inside the left. Twist the forearms, placing the palms together and lifting up through the elbows, stretching into the back of the neck. Dropping the chin, dropping the elbows, breathing into the upper back. Inhaling the elbows up to center, releasing the hands, opening through the arms. Breath in. Crossing the left elbow inside the right, twisting the forearms, palms together, lifting up through the elbows. Breathing into the upper back and then folding forward slightly. Inhaling up, releasing the hands, opening through the arms. Allowing them to drop down by your sides, gently rolling the shoulders again. Big shoulder roll, up to the ears, down the back. Rolling the shoulders once more, up to the ears, down to the back. Slowly straightening the legs out in front. You might like to bend and straighten the knees, the ankles, just circulating the blood from the hips all the way down to the toes. Straightening through both legs, drawing the toes back towards you, lifting up through the chest. For those that have tight hamstrings, you can sit against the wall or against the lounge, sitting up nice and tall here. Taking a deep breath in. We're going to slowly walk the hands down the legs as far as you can reach. So if you can only reach your ankles or your shins, just holding here, slowly inching the fingers closer to the ankles. If you can touch the toes, reaching as far forward as you can, dropping the chin to the chest, reaching forward. Taking in 3 deep breaths here, with each in-breath folding a little deeper as you breathe out. So breathing in, exhale, breathing deeper. And then inhaling up to center, rolling the shoulders, taking the legs out a little bit wider, sitting up nice and straight, and then exhale, walking the hands down the shins, reaching towards the toes. If you can't reach the toes, just holding on to the shins, dropping the chin to the chest, pushing that belly down between the thighs. And inhaling up, taking the legs out a little wider, lifting up through the chest, slowly walking the hands down the shins towards the feet, reaching long, folding forward. Inhaling up, reaching the right hand across the body, taking hold of the left thigh, Folding sideways along the right leg, extending the left hand up and over, reaching towards the toes, looking up to the ceiling. If you can't reach quite as far, just holding here, making sure to open through the chest, holding the right leg to twist through the spine at the same time. And inhaling up to center, reaching the left hand across to the right leg, folding along the left leg, inhaling the right fingertips up to the ceiling, folding over, reaching towards the toes, opening through the chest. And inhaling up to center, reaching across to the right hand to the left, folding again. Inhaling up, left hand over to the right, inhaling the right, inhaling up to center. Rolling the shoulders, drawing the soles of the feet together, lifting up through the chest, holding the toes, moving the knees up and down, and then slowly walking the hands out in front, dropping the chin to the chest. Inhaling up, rolling the shoulders, drawing the knees together, coming over onto hands and knees into tabletop. With tabletop, just checking that the knees are underneath the hips, the wrists are underneath the shoulders. We're going to be doing 5 breaths of cat-cow here. So as you breathe in, dropping the belly button down to the mat, lifting up through the crown of the head. As you exhale, drawing the belly button to the spine, rounding the back, tucking the tailbone and the chin. Inhaling up. You might like to move forwards, back, side to side as you explore the body and the breath. Noticing any tension. Following the natural rhythm of your breath. One more breath here. And then coming back to center. Spreading the fingertips nice and wide. Tucking the toes, lift the hips up to the ceiling into downward dog. If the hamstrings are tight, keeping the knees slightly bent. Pressing into the palms, taking the chest down towards the mat. Sinking down into the heels, stretching into the calves. Deep breath in. Stepping the right foot to the right hand. Left foot to the left hand into a forward fold. Allow the upper body to hang here, folding forward. Stepping the left foot back, stepping the right foot back into plank, holding here. Dropping the knees to the mat, Bending through the elbows, placing the hips and chest onto the mat. Tucking the elbows underneath the shoulders, lifting up through the chest and up through the crown of the head. Feeling the back as it begins to bend, slowly arching. Turning the head to the right and back to center and to the left. And back to center. Pressing into the palms, lift the elbows, lowering the chest down to the mat, placing the hands under the shoulders, bending through the knees and hips, lifting up into tabletop. Tucking the toes, lift the hips up to the ceiling into downward dog. Stepping the left hand to the left foot to the left hand, right foot to the right hand, and hang in the forward fold. Taking a breath here. Stepping the right foot back, stepping the left foot back into plank. Lowering the knees, bending through the elbows, placing the hips and the chest onto the mat. Tuck the elbows underneath the shoulders, lifting up through the chest into Sphinx. Turning the head to the left. And back to center and then to the right. And back to center. Pressing into the palms, lift the elbows, lowering the chest. Placing the hands under the shoulders, pressing up into tabletop. Tucking the toes, lift the hips up to the ceiling into downward dog. Stepping the right foot to the right hand. Lowering the left knee down to the mat. Inhaling the hands up and slightly back, pressing the hips forward. Lowering the hands down to the mat. Lifting the left knee, stepping the left foot to the left hand. Hanging in a forward fold. Stepping the left foot back, stepping the right foot back into plank. Lowering the knees, bending through the elbows, placing the chest on the mat, tucking the elbows underneath the shoulders, lifting up through the chest, shoulder blades down the back. Pressing into the palms, lift the elbows, lower the chest, pressing up to tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up to the ceiling into downward dog. Stepping the left foot to the left hand, lowering the right knee, inhaling the hands up, pressing the hips forward. Taking the hands slightly back. Exhale, lowering down, lifting the right knee, take the right foot to the right hand into a forward fold. Hanging here, stretching through the hamstrings. Stepping the left foot back, stepping the right foot back into plank. Lowering the knees, bending through the elbows, placing the chest onto the mat, tucking the elbows, pressing the hands into the mat or into the floor, lifting up through the chest. Pressing into the hands, lift the elbows, chest down onto the mat. Tucking the hands underneath the shoulders, lifting up into tabletop. From here, stepping the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Pressing the hips forward. Taking a breath here. Stretching through the legs. See if you can get your hands flat onto the mat, shoulder blades down the back. Slowly walk the left foot over to the right side of the mat, dropping the knee down to the mat here, walking that right leg away, coming down onto your elbows. Collapse that upper body over the left hip. You can stay here with the hands pressed forward on the elbows. You can place a block, a pillow, a bolster underneath the chest, or you can walk the hands out in front, trying to lower that body down onto the leg. Just observing the body, observing what feels tight, observing any tension, observing without judgment. On your next in-breath, slowly walking the hands back towards you, lifting up and opening through the chest, stretching through this hip flexor. If you can bend through the right knee here, taking the right hand to the right foot, lifting up through the chest. Slowly sitting back onto the left side, taking the right foot up and over the left knee. Bringing the feet in nice and close to the body, lifting up through the chest. Twisting the torso to the right, taking the left hand on the outside of the right knee and twisting, lifting up through the chest. And unwrapping, coming back to center. Bringing both feet around to one side, lifting back up into tabletop, finding the center of the mat. Checking your positioning here. Stepping the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Pressing the hips forward here. Shoulder blades down the back, press the hips forward. Slowly walking the right foot across to the left side of the mat, dropping the right knee down, walking the left leg away if you need to, lifting up through the chest, pressing the hips down towards the mat. And then slowly coming down onto your elbows. Breathing into the hip. Observing if this side feels tighter than the other. Noticing where you can feel the stretch. Next in-breath, slowly walking the hands back towards the body, lifting up through the chest. If you can bend through the left knee, taking hold of the left foot, just lifting up. And then sitting back onto the right side, taking the left foot up and over the right knee. Lifting up through the chest here, bringing the feet in nice and close. Turning the torso to the left, taking the right hand on the outside of the left knee. And then slowly inhaling back to center, unwrapping the legs, finding the center of the mat, and slowly uncurling the spine, laying back. Inhaling the hands up and over the head, straightening through the legs. Pointing the fingers, pointing the toes. And then slowly drawing the knees into the chest, placing your hands on your knees, drawing them in nice and close to the body. From here, we're going to slowly rock up to a seated position, finding our balance. See if you can do it without touching the feet down onto the mat. So holding here, keeping your feet elevated, finding your balance using your core. We're going to slowly rock back and then rock back up to a seated position. If you've got a tight lower back or tight hips, you can also place your hands beside you to help you roll back and sit back up, but in a much smaller movement. Okay, so finding your balance, rolling back and coming up. Again, rolling back and up. Again. Using your core for control. One more time. And coming up. You can place your feet on the floor, or you can slowly move your hands to your hamstrings. We're going to extend the arms and legs out into boat, lifting up through the chest, keeping the legs parallel to the floor. From here, we're slowly going to tap one foot down, followed by the next. Slowly tapping, lifting up through the chest, using the core for control. Continue tapping. Two more. And hold. Slowly bending through the knees, bending through the arms, placing the feet on the mat, uncurling the spine, laying back down. Taking the left foot onto the right knee, drawing in the right hamstring. Breathing here. Keeping your head, neck and shoulders down on the mat. If you can't do that, you can place a pillow underneath the hips to elevate them so that you can reach your leg to pull it in a little bit closer. With each out breath, pulling the legs a little closer towards you. And releasing the leg, placing the foot onto the floor. Placing the left foot onto the floor as well. Taking the right foot onto the left knee, drawing in the left hamstring or shin. Keeping the head, neck and shoulders down on the mat. With each out breath, drawing them a little bit closer. And then releasing the left thigh. Placing both feet down onto the mat. Drawing the knees back into the chest, placing the hands on the knees. Drawing the knees in nice and close. So a couple options for the next position. Placing the hands on the mat, you can extend the legs up to the ceiling. You can rest here, drawing the toes back towards you, or you can press your hands into the mat, lift the tailbone, pulling it up and over the head. Trying to keep your legs straight here, so stretching through the hamstrings. Stretching through the neck. You can lift up onto the shoulders. If you need to, you can place your hands on your lower back. So option here to just slowly unroll, coming back down onto the mat. Or if you'd like to, you can lift up into a shoulder stand, drawing the elbows in nice and close, supporting the lower back, slowly lifting the legs up towards the ceiling. And then bending through the knees, dropping them back down and slowly uncurling the spine. Nice and slow, keeping the knees drawn into the chest and gently moving them from left to right. Back to center, taking the hands out nice and wide, dropping the knees to the right, turning the head to the left. Inhaling the knees and the head back to center, dropping the legs to the left, turning the head to the right. Taking in a few deep breaths. Allowing the body and the legs to settle. Slowly lifting them back up to center, returning the head to center, placing the feet onto the mat, joining the soles of the feet together and allowing the knees to turn out to the left and to the right. You can gently move the knees up and down, releasing through the hips, keeping the shoulder blades down the back, drawing the belly button to the spine, palms up facing the ceiling. I am open to receiving. Slowly drawing the knees back together, drawing the knees into the chest, reaching the hands between the knees towards the feet, taking the soles of the feet up to the ceiling, keeping the head and shoulders down onto the mat, rocking from side to side in happy baby. If you can't reach your feet, you can hold onto your ankles, drawing those knees down underneath the arms, stretching through the hips. Taking in a few deep breaths here. the feet, placing them down onto the mat. Finding a comfortable position for Shavasana. If you've got a sore or tight lower back, keeping the knees bent with the feet on the mat. You can walk them out to the left and right edges and allow the knees to fall in, taking the arms out nice and wide. Otherwise, you can straighten through the legs. Becoming aware of the mind and of your thoughts. Becoming aware of your emotions and what you can feel. Allowing your body to soften and let go. Letting go of any limiting beliefs. Letting go of tension in the muscles. Letting go of what no longer serves you. Letting go of something you might be holding on to. Surrendering the body. Surrendering the mind. Knowing that you're exactly where you need to be. Knowing that there's nothing else you need to be doing. Drawing your awareness back to your body. If your legs are straight, gently bending through the knees, walking the feet back onto the mat. Lifting your toes and then pressing into them, lifting the heels, rocking the feet back and forth. Wiggling the fingers. Drawing the knees into the chest, placing the hands on the knees, gently rocking from left to right. Before rolling onto your favorite side and allowing the head and the heart to settle. Allowing the tension to drop out of the shoulders. When you're ready, slowly coming up to a seated position. folding the legs in front. Taking in a deep breath. As you draw your awareness back to the body, just being gentle with yourself, releasing all judgment, all expectation, just accepting for where you are now, accepting your path, your direction, rolling the shoulders again, and then inhaling the hands up to the ceiling, joining the palms together, lowering down to your heart center. Thank yourself for taking time out for the mat today, for spending a little bit of time on you. Namaste. And thank you for joining me today. For those that are following the Strip podcast, there is a wellness session that will be released tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. from Tay and Ange from the Sweat Shed. So it will be an in-home workout. So it's a tough one. It only lasts for 20 minutes. So if you get a chance and you do complete it, please contact me and let me know how you go. Let me know if you liked today's episode. And I will see you on the mat next Monday. And until then, you'll be seeing Melissa on Wednesday at 12:30. There is also restorative yoga and singing bowls coming to you live from the Raw Impact studio on Wednesday night at 6 p.m. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you've had a lovely long weekend, and I'll see you again soon.